Michel Barnier has warned there is always a risk other countries could soon follow Britain's decision to quit the European Union. The Brussels diplomat hinted EU leaders will have to make an example of Brexit to prove to potential rebels that it's better to be inside than outside. He said they should prepare to combat the same levels of resentment in the Brussels project that prompted Britain's vote to leave more than 4 years ago. Speaking at an online event, Mr. Barnier said, "Today, in many regions, there is this anger, the same feeling against Europe, the same problem to understand what we're doing at the European level." Levels of Euroscepticism have been steadily rising across the bloc in the years after our 2016 referendum vote to break free from Brussels. Mr. Barnier's comments come after recent internal polling found that the EU's overall image continues to deteriorate, with only 40% of Europeans on average seeing it as a positive thing. And separate official Eurobarometer analysis found that more than half of Europeans were not satisfied with the EU's response to the coronavirus pandemic. These frustrations continue to grow with the EU's vaccine strategy, prompting Hungary to become the first European state to approve Russia's Sputnik V and the Oxford jabs. Mr. Barnier said, "We have to be vigilant because it is always a risk for the future. This risk can be combated by the proof that it is clearly a better situation to be inside the EU than outside." The Frenchman, who has taken on a new role as special advisor on UK-EU relations, said the bloc should actively demonstrate the consequences of Brexit. He added, "Brexit has exposed the consequences of leaving the EU for all to see. Even though we have a deal, the UK's choices mean that there will be inevitable short-term and long-term consequences." And Mr. Barnier insisted that the EU should resist ironing out bumps in cross-channel trade after Britain's decision to quit the single market and customs union. "Brexit means Brexit, it cannot be business as usual," he concluded. MEP Christian Terhes backed Mr. Barnier's warning. The Romanian said, "Michel Barnier is 100% correct. A growing number of people in various countries are sick and tired of political subservience to an unelected bureaucratic Brussels." The recent EU vaccine fiasco, where national sovereign countries have been instructed how, when, how much and what type of vaccine they will be allowed to obtain, is a case in point. We need not more Europe, as some federalists are saying, but a better Europe, and that means decentralizing the decisions from Brussels and giving more options and freedoms to the member states to act for their own best interests. History proved that the one-size-fits-all socio-political systems have failed, because they could not provide the best for their citizens. Mr. Barnier was speaking after accepting the European Movement Ireland Group's European of the Year prize.